Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda and today I'm using part of my Counterfeit Kit Challenge with Christie's Beautiful 30 Days of Sketches and this sketch from Lisa Quino at my scrapbook table. And Ginger's Corner has a hop going on this month for using your scraps to make base page. So those are easy layouts. They make it even easier if you use a sketch. So that's what I'm going to do is I pulled out a whole bunch of pink scraps, and so the one I just cut, this one, actually all of the scraps that I pulled out are from old Counterfeit Kit challenges except for this one I'm doing right now, but I'm not actually going to use that one because it's a little bright. And then I did pull out the sticker book that I did put in my kit this month, so it's actually going to work well for my Counterfeit Kit Challenge too. Even though these are not the papers from this month, they are the papers from quite a few of the months in the last little bit. So Lisa has 5 tags across the top. I'm actually going to end up with 6 because mine are a little bit narrower, but my bigger tag was a little too big, so this is what's going to work the best for what I have for the scraps left. I'm going to use a little bit of this one, and it's got a little bit of tealy blue in it, but you can't really see it on screen very easily, but it just has a hint of blue. And then this is going to be mostly monochromatic with the white background, and it's so cute. So I did fussy cut one of those papers out. This one's from my kit from last month, so just a little bit of that left. And so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I am going to use that one at the top there that I don't have here yet, but I was just double checking to see if I could get a 3x3 mat on here, and I totally can. So I'm going to cut those right away because Lisa has 2 3x3s on the tags, and then she's got a 4x3 underneath. So I'm going to cut those as that size of mats, just because it gives me an idea of where my photos will go when I get some. And then I'm going to fussy cut out one of these florals on this green and pink page, but I didn't think I was going to really like it, and I'm like, no. So I'm just going to take a look. I'm like, I want the 3 clusters. I think I want a flower. I do have this sticker book, so I'm going to look at my sticker book and see what I have. So I do have a few pink ones. So this one I could use. And then looking some more, I have these ones, and these are pink, and they are pretty. And so I am going to go find some stamps and things and some pink ink. So the first thing I'm going to do is find my stamps. So I pulled out a few. So I'm going to use this Close to My Heart one. It's kind of like a daisy flower. And now I'm just smooshing a bunch of my inks. Those 2 are not quite the right color. That one I don't want. They're either too dark or not. So I went into my drawer and pulled out some other ones. So I'm going to go with this grapefruit from Versamark. And it's such a pretty color. Very, very subtle, but pretty. And then I am going to do that in 3 different spots. And up at the top, overlapping the edge. And then I'm going to pull out the peach from, it's a Studio Calico one, I think. And it's off screen. Not that one, but this one. Peach. I'm going to use peach. I'm going to do this Allie Edwards stamp in the center, which looks really intense at the moment, but it won't look as intense in a minute. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to smush that peach ink on my block. I'm going to add a little bit of water, and then I'm going to splatter. And then I'm going to use my paintbrush, and I'm just going to, I thought I was going to paint in the petals, and I'm like, no, I want it messier. So I'm literally taking the color and swiping it across in like wide strokes. and then I'm going to smoosh over top just to give it a little bit different texture. And then those flowers are done like that. I'm going to get my tags on. So I like that layout. I'm going to put my mats on as well so that I get those on. And then I'm like, oh, I need a little bit more. So I am going to cut the yellow branding strip off the bottom. I'm going to cut this in half because I do want it a little bit higher and lower, just to give some movement to that band of tags and room for that mat to go on. And then this is going to slide underneath. This is going to slide on top. That's where the journaling is supposed to go. So I'm going to leave it so that kind of works there. The 3x4 goes underneath, so I'm going to use that peach ink and just distress that mat a little bit. And I'm going to overlap that tag just a little bit that way. And then here come in these pretty stickers. And so it's going to pull in some of the darker pink from those tags. I've already got that lighter peachy pink. I thought about these flowers, but I don't like the white on them now. I think it's taking away. So I'm not going to use those ones, but I am going to put a little bit of gold on here. And I think this is just, oh, I'm so happy with this. It's so pretty. So that one I'm going to sneak here. And then one more up in this cluster from the corner down. And I really like that. I'm going to cut this flower off and it's just going to come overlap on the bottom here. And then I've got all of the things that Lisa's got on her sketch, but I'm going to add some twine to mine because I like the movement that putting twine, like baker's twine, into this actually does for a layout. So in and through and around and just making sure I have enough. And then on this one, I'm going to double knot it once, twice, and then it's going to have some movement on that tag because I don't need the spot for, I hope I don't need the spot there for journaling too. So I don't know, it's a base peg. I haven't picked out pictures. It's just me playing and having fun. And so I'm going to use my magnets just to make sure that this doesn't move as I'm making it the way I want it to be. And then rotating it this way so that it's a little bit easier to manage. And that I thought was cute. And then here, and then this last one. And then I can cut this off. And I'm going to drape that down the side just so that there's enough room. When I took that one off, it like twisted, so I'm just going to fix that. And that gives quite a bit of like just good movement. So I really like the way that looks. My journaling would go there, and I'll probably do it on white strips. And so this is a 3x4 mat and 3x3 mats, so it just reminds me of what size that is when I finally go find pictures for this. And then a little bit of the peach ink around the edges because I thought that, so the title can go here or there. The journaling is definitely there. I'm going to double check to make sure I've got everything on there that I want, and I do. And so here are some close-ups. There will be a playlist for 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, hosted by Christy's Beautiful Life. There'll also be a playlist for Ginger's Corner for the base pages, because that's playing all month long too. So I'll have another couple of those that I'll play with as well. And I will have Lisa linked below too, because that's whose sketch it was. Thank you so much for being here today. Like, subscribe, comment, do all the things. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here today, and have yourself a wonderful day.